Okay, so today we're doing something a little bit different. My good friend, Zach Broyles.
Hello.
Came all the way down from Nashville, Tennessee to hang out.
I did.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, happy to be here. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so he's here for one reason only, and that is to evangelize me on the ways of Paul Reed Smith. This has been going on our podcast, Dipped in Tone, for quite some time, which if you haven't subscribed, link is down below. We got some really exciting new episodes coming up. We're here today because a few weeks ago, I made a video here on this channel, the 5 levels of PRS Custom 24. The big reason I wanted to do that video for myself was to really get a chance to experience like the whole line of PRS, to hopefully try and find something that I connected with that I liked, and I didn't.
Sure.
It sort of reinforced my idea of PRS guitars, which is they are incredibly well made. The quality control is second to none, and they make me feel nothing when I play them.
See, like, I kind of get that. You did your due diligence on the model. It's just, I feel like that guitar didn't speak to you. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't have, regardless, because of the neck shape, because of the character of the guitar itself, just based off its construction and the feel of it.
Right.
I don't think it would ever appeal to you. Not the Custom 24. So I want you to try some of the ones that I have, and I think it might, I don't know if it's totally going to change your mind, but I think you might start seeing what I see, which is how fun they are to play when you find one that connects with you.
Right. So let's see what you brought. So start with the Vela.
So this is the S2 Vela semi-hollow, and this guitar is crazy. It's super light. This is part of the S2 line, so American made, but import pickups. And I've modded it a little bit because I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Brought that. This was the one that really made me go, oh.
Okay.
So this is a 594 Hollowbody II. Pretty much completely hollow, except there's some bracing under here that's all carved into the top, the back. Sounds like a vintage 335.
Okay.
And then lastly, this is a recent one. This is the Paul's guitar. And this is one that I feel like you will like the least because of because of this and maybe this.
It's got an uphill battle with me because I hate the way it looks.
Okay, I know. And I understand. But the thing about it is...
Yeah. But my Les Paul does that.
Maybe we should compare because,
okay.
I mean, I have my Les Paul too.
Yeah. This is going to be my control. This is my benchmark. Okay.
Right.
My R9. I know I love this guitar. This is a lifer guitar for me. So why don't you start playing that, and then we'll pass the guitars around. I mean, the pickup sounds good. So let me start with this, and then. All right.
Sounds like Les Paul.
Sounds like Les Paul. I like the neck pickup a lot.
Yeah.
The neck pickup is super cool.
It's like, it's almost Stratty. I mean, what'd you think of the neck shape? You don't like it?
That's the first thing I thought. The neck shape to me feels, I can't put my finger on it. With the custom 24s that I had with the core model, the neck shape of that, which was a pattern thin, was damn near unplayable for me.
Yeah.
It was so uncomfortable, and that's just a subjective thing. Now, this is not that.
No, I think that's a pattern regular. The pattern thins I don't like really at all. But these feel very comfortable and not, they don't get in the way of me trying to play guitar.
Like, I feel bunched up. It's almost like the nut width is a little narrower than on that.
Are they, is it a more narrow? We should probably look.
We should look. We'll put it in the video. But yeah, that's, I think, especially down here, it feels like a narrower. like a narrower nut.
I sound like I'm hired by PRS to like sell these damn things.
You should point out that you bought all these. This is not not a sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. When I did my video, my number one guitar was the S2 Custom 24.
Yeah.
The S2 Standard, which was like the cheapest American one. I thought that was the best one of the entire lineup. There's a noticeable difference between the SE import stuff and the American stuff with PRS, right?
Oh, the SE
in terms
American?
of sound and feel, right?
Yeah.
There's a pretty big gap there. But once you go American, starting from S2 Standard all the way up to Core, so $1,800 to $5,000, the differences were so negligible. To me, it's like, dude, save the money, get the S2 Standard. It sounds almost identical to the Core. They're all so consistent that it's basically go to the wall and pick your color, because they're all going to sound the same. They're all going to feel the same. And that's great.
Yeah.
And I realize that there are people that are looking for that. I don't like that.
That's your guitar.
This is my Les Paul. And I searched and I found it. And I played a lot of good ones. I played some dogs, but I played a lot of good ones that weren't what I was looking for. But when I found it, it's like, this guitar sounds like my guitar. Your R9 sounds like your R9.
Yeah.
I like that. And I don't get that from a PRS.
Well, I will say that I do think there are standouts, because I've played a lot of used ones.
Right.
I've never done extensive searching for new ones.
All right, so now let's go on to the Tony the Tiger.
I think these are splits. I don't think they're taps. I think they're splits.
Right.
But the beauty of this guitar is all these things are really usable.
Mm-hmm.
Like through a certain rig, a tap pickup or a split pickup will sound great, but not through everything. So you kind of have to fine tune it. But that's why that's there.
Yeah.
So.
I completely agree with that. Like, these are here for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, use them. Use your volume and tone, because there's an infinite amount of sounds that you can get out of your guitar without having to touch a pedal or touch your amp or anything, just with the combination of your volume, your tone, and where and how you're playing the guitar.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Like it's one of those things, like this, like playing through this is not how I normally play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually in a room with a loud amp, and it's hitting this and giving something back. So what is this?
This is called an SM57.
Oh, I've heard about those.
Yeah. Okay, so Zach brought up an interesting point, which was everything we were doing was playing through amps and headphones, and it sounded good, but you are missing something when you don't have an amp and a guitar in the same room interacting. Like speaker moving air, interacting with a guitar in the pickup. We've plugged up my Tweed Deluxe, going through the pedal board here. We've got some, what do you call that? The clam?
It's the clam.
The clam?
Yeah, it's from an upstart company.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're playing through that. This sounded really, really great in your hands.
Yeah.
will say, like, yeah, playing it in the room, I am getting more of that personality that I would look for. And that has to do with the interaction between the guitar and the amplifier.
Totally.
And that's a super important thing.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we'll go to Tony the Tiger. Is that next? Same thing in your hands. Dude, to me, instantly that just jumps out. It's like, that's got more attitude. It's not just a hotter pickup.
Yeah.
There's just more coming from that.
I felt like that had more definition and clarity. And
yes.
You could hear the separation of the note. I want every string to be so ringy and clear that's what I look for.
Right.
And I think that maybe that's just
Is that the disconnect that's happening? Because I heard this and I was like, okay, that sounds really good. And then as soon as you started playing that guitar, and immediately I was like, that's what I like. It's got an attitude. There's a lot more low end and low mid sort of growl. You even started playing a little more aggressively, like you were digging in a little harder.
Well, I think I was doing that because I didn't have that clarity as much. When it's not kind of giving that high end response, I dig in a little harder.
Right.
And so I think that's what you're hearing, because I felt that.
This guitar's got an uphill battle with me. A real uphill battle. Playing it through the aux versus playing it here, it definitely does more.
Yeah.
This is coming alive more, and I like it better. I like it better with, to me, this guitar lives like in big lush chords like that.
And some humbuckers, they flub out. I mean,
yeah.
And I despise that.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you first started playing, I was like, oh, that sounds exactly how I want it to sound.
Yeah, like, so if I roll the bridge volume off a little bit. Totally different.
Totally different. It sounds. I mean, this does have a treble bleed, which is going to retain.
Yeah, this is definitely, because I rolled it off to about 6 or 7 there. I will say, playing it here, I do get it. That's like a hi-fi guitar sound.
Yeah, and I like, as I've gotten older too, when you start playing all these vintage amps and everyone in that world who lived it and breathed it is like, oh, you got to turn the treble up because that's where all the gain lives.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Like that, so this like immense clarity I really like. Years ago, I would have just been like, oh, no, I hate it. But This one's got the best chance.
I mean, they're both great.
But down here, I feel like that's when it's a little too loose. With any PAF loaded guitar, 335, there's like this clarity and definition, which is what I'm aiming for. And that one's way less clear than that one.
Right.
It sounds great, and it sounds like Les Paul, but I don't think it sounds that old to me. So that, to me, sounds older than this guitar.
Pretty old.
I think that might be part of what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Because these are new. And that might
These
be
are
part of them.
these are about 4 weeks old. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And again, you have like.
I've got it. My hands eat guitar strings.
Yeah. It does compress for sure, but there's something about, I think it's the construction and the location, especially this neck pickup, that give it a lot of definition. I think we've learned a lot.
We're finally getting down to it. It's like that is the PRS thing is very polished, very hi-fi. Everything from their sound to their fit and finish to the feel, there's a pristine and there's a clean sheen on it. And that's great.
Yeah.
I don't generally go for that. Playing that here in the context of an actual amp, like an amp that I play. So like that's my sound, quote unquote. And I did like that. I liked it.
This to me has that sort of really good vintage 335 characteristic.
Yeah.
It's got that snap, that definition, and then it's got the hollow thing. Do you think this guitar has a vibe?
This has more.
Well,
I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. How much was that?
New within this configuration is about 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of money.
Okay, so you bring up an interesting point with because the reality is this is not totally a fair comparison because that really is more of the 335 thing. But in a 335 thing, I do think that is more sort of like, it sounds like you want a vintage 335 to sound. But I think my perspective is I think I'd rather find a 335 that does that.
Right.
Thing.
I'm glad that we did this because I think it's gonna. I don't know. I think.
Let me see it again. So it sounds good. Gonna see myself playing that? No.
Okay.
Does sound good though. Okay, so did Zach's guitars end up changing my mind? Yes and no. I think my feeling about PRS is still there, which is that they're incredibly nice, very, very well-made guitars, but they feel very cookie cutter to me. And I kind of think that's by design with PRS. They want every guitar to be consistent. They want them all to sound great and feel like a PRS. And that's really admirable, and I think they do a great job of that. The problem for me is that I don't find that appealing. I don't like the fact that you can basically go to any PRS shop and grab any PRS off the wall and it's going to sound and feel basically the same as its counterpart. But that's a subjective thing for me. A guitar is something that is unique. It should have its own personality, its own sound, its own feel. And I like the fact that you kind of have to spend some time finding the right Strat or the right Les Paul or the right SG. Now I will say I did really enjoy the 594 Hollowbody II. That's a great guitar. It sounds incredible, but I like the sound because it sounds like a 335. I think it feels kind of like a 335. So if I were in the market, I personally would probably pick a really great 335 over something like the 594. Because if I'm comparing the 594 to the 335 or to the Les Paul, then why not just go for the original thing, the real thing? But I do think I understand a little bit more of why Zach likes these guitars so much. And he's not wrong. I mean, he's an amazing player. He's got a really great ear for tone. And those guitars suit his style, suit his playing and his feel really, really well. And I'm happy that he's found 3 guitars that he really connects with and really enjoys. Are they the guitars for me? No, but that doesn't mean that they suck, and that doesn't mean that they're not the right guitars for someone else. So, hope you enjoyed this video. We had a lot of fun making it. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments section down below. While you're down there, be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Also, we have a brand new video course that you can get 40% off of via the link in the description box down below. It's the new lead guitar course in the Fretboard Fundamentals series. It's called Crafting Tasteful Solos. If you want more information on that and the other courses that I have available, that's all in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Rhett Shull, and I'll catch you on the next one.